Hello, my name's David. I'm an environment artist, and I thought it was high time for a visit back in Crimson Desert, or Crimson Desert, yes. And it's been a while because there's been all sorts of stuff happening in games and life in general, as it always is. But I had occasion to spend some time by a river recently, a real river in RL. And I thought it would be very informative to have a look around that river and maybe compare it to what I think is the best example of rivers in games tech, stuff like that. So, as you see, I've picked this kind of nice little bit in Crimson Desert. For reference, we are here, sort of south by southwest of Hernand, there on this little rivery bit here near prison. Yeah. So it widens out a bit after it kind of tumbles down all those lovely mountains. I'd forgotten how good this game looks. It's so nice, isn't it? And I mean, look, the water, I mean, it looks great. Let's get the first thing out of the way that we notice when comparing it to real life. And as has been noted before, the speed of the flow. And yeah, totally. It's only when you compare things to real life that it really highlights it, doesn't it? And yeah, there's a real speed difference. And maybe that's something to do with the sim. Who knows? We don't really know. But I think it could certainly do with speeding up. Yeah, you know. Thing is, when you're running a simulation of water, be it live or not, there are a lot of attributes to tinker around with and that you need to be aware of. And probably maybe number one is viscosity. Viscosity is how thick your water is. Is it like syrup, or is it like water? Or I mean, pure alcohol is less viscous than real water. So you know, it's different liquids have different viscosities, how thick it is. And you know, to me, the water looks like it could be a bit less viscous. You know, which if it's more viscous, it won't flow as fast. And in my experience, having a slightly higher viscosity can help keep your simulation water under control. If it's very low viscosity, it tends to break up. It tends to, interact much more. It's more kind of chaotic, less predictable. So maybe there's some good reason, you know, why. But yeah. And the second thing that we will notice, of course, is the kind of detail, isn't it? I mean, the level of detail on real water, you know, it's almost fractal. You can just keep on going down and down, and there's always smaller eddies, smaller flows within the bigger flow. And that's stuff that you can't expect simulation to capture all of that. It's completely unrealistic. Let's just pop into ReShade, then we can kind of appreciate some more of these flows a little bit. Some funky mesh going on there, isn't it, as well? It kind of shards in places, usually by the edges of the riverbank, but by no means all the time. But when you look at it there, I mean, you know, the materials do such a great job of working with what is, you know, some fairly nasty geometry, isn't it? Let's face it. But yeah, there you go. But let's just keep wandering there. But all of those beautifully intricate flows, and we can see them a bit more in this mode, can't we? Without the material and transparencies and all the stuff, and textures from the riverbed, it all kind of obfuscates that flow detail to some degree. And so we can sort of appreciate it here a bit more, can't we? And match that up to the reality of all of those endlessly intricate eddies and flows, which is, I mean, it's madness, isn't it? So by the nature of simulation, you're running a coarser version of reality by necessity. And I mean, just to get this amount in a real-time computer game, I think is phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, I stand by it. I think this is the best water in games. I'm not going to let the speed issue detract from that too much. You know, we can recognize it, but still appreciate how wonderful it is, isn't it? Isn't it? It's just great. And yeah, I know, I can't get away from the waterfalls. Everybody just jumps on the waterfalls. Yeah, I get it. They could be better, couldn't they? they could be better. And because I think the water, the general water, is so blooming good, it makes the waterfalls look all the poorer in comparison. And yeah, that's fine. But you know, let me enthuse about the water without letting waterfalls detract from it. You know, I'm looking at game systems. I'm looking at this system here. I'm not looking at the waterfall system. That's different. That's a different bag. That is. It's a different thing. That's a separate system that interacts and interfaces with the simulation of the water system. So, you know, there are two distinct processes going on there. And the fact that the waterfalls could be better doesn't make all of the water rubbish, as some people have said. That's nonsense, isn't it? It's madness. And notice, in the water, there's no slopiness, is there? You know, in real life there and in game here, it's not slopey. Look how flat, comparatively, the water is, you know? And when we kind of look upstream here, you know, you can see it's a kind of series of levels, isn't it? Or it comes down and it's always trying to get to a flat level. And the water in real life is doing that too, albeit far more intricately. But yeah, all of this stuff going around, all of these rocks is brilliant. And the fact that it was a simulation, of course, means that the artists couldn't move these rocks around to their heart's content, even redo the whole riverbed. And then the simulation will run on top of all that and recognize the changes and react to it. So you don't have to do any pesky flow map editing and all that sort of stuff, which can be time consuming, all that sort of stuff. So I think that gives us a decent amount of comparison there, doesn't it? Which I think is really fascinating. And it's a hard yardstick to hold a game up to reality. You know, in all fairness, I should do this on all games with rivers and see how they all compare. But trust me, they're not all comparing as well as this to real life rivers. So I think I'll leave it there. I couldn't resist doing this little comparison when I got that river footage there. So it's a nice little change and an interesting little study, isn't it? And it's not in any way to bash Crimson Desert. It's, you know, it's just showing game tech up to its kind of ultimate peak of reality, isn't it? And just to show what they're trying to achieve and how well they kind of managed to get there, really. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things in real life water that is captured very well in Crimson Desert. Yeah, they've done a great job. And nice to see Pearl Abyss continually supporting this game with all sorts of updates and stuff. So that's quite exciting to see what they're going to get up to next. But I'll leave it there. Thanks for joining me on that one. Take it easy. Goodbye.